A very good morning, students. So in the previous lecture, we have seen about how to connect the PHP with the databases and how to execute various SQL commands like DDL commands and DML commands and database server, like on my SQL server here. So in today's lecture, we will discuss about file handling in PHP. Okay. So what is meant by file handling, right? So by using PHP code, the thing is we can create our own files and we can perform some operations on those files like reading the data from the file, writing the data into a file and adding some data to the file. Okay. And if file is not exist, we can create the file. Okay. All these operations we can perform by using PHP file handling here, right? So in this, in order to do these operations, first what we have to do, what are the steps we need to follow here, right? So let us discuss those things here. Basically, in order to perform operations onto the files, so we need to follow three basic steps here. One is opening up the file and then perform operations, read a write operation onto the file, then we have to close the file here. These are basic three operations. So in order to perform all these operations, three steps here. So we have some predefined functions in PHP here, right? So there are some library functions which support in order to perform all these operations into the file handling here, right? So let us discuss those one by one. See, first step is we have to open the file. So how to open the file, right? In order to open the file in PHP, we have some predefined function, that is fopen function is there. And by using fopen function, we have to open the function, open the file here, right? And you can see the syntax of this fopen function. Okay, so it is having three parameters. One is file name, another one is mode of the, you can see here file mode, another one is use include path, and then get context here, right? So what is meant by file name? So that means here first parameter is file name. This file name specifies which file you want to open here, right? So that name of the file you have to specify here. So that can be a file itself, or you can specify the path to that particular file also here, right? Next, mode. Mode specifies for what purpose you want to open the file. Okay. So whether you want to open the file to read the data from the file, that is the read operation. Whether you want to open the file to write the data into that file, that is for write operation, or you want to open the file to add some, if file is already exist, if you want to add some data to that file. Okay. So that is adding the data to that file here, that is append operation. Okay. Or else you may open the file for both operations, read and write operations. That is, if mode is read and write here, you can perform both, read the data from the file and write the data into that file here, right? So, and these kinds of operations can be specified by mode, right? Next one is use include path. That is a third parameter. These are optional parameters here. Third parameter and fourth parameters are optional here, but first two parameters, file name and mode, are mandatory required parameters here, right? So use include path. So you can specify the value, that is Boolean value, true, or you can specify any non-zero value here. Suppose what is the purpose of this one here? If you give its value is true or 1, so then it means you are going to search for the file in a required path here, right? So otherwise false, so you need to search for the file in specified path here. So get context is also optional parameter which is used to modify the stream here, right? For modification of the stream we have to use. So these are the various parameters. So once a file is opened successfully here, so this fopen function returns the Boolean value, right? So that Boolean value can be true or false here. If file is opened successfully, which returns the Boolean value true. If file is not opened successfully, which if there is any error in opening the file, then which returns the Boolean value false here, right? So that you can verify also whether file is opened successfully or not opened successfully by seeing the value returned by the fopen function, and which is stored in the file handle here, right? File handle can be any valid variable name, right? So which stores the value which is returned by the fopen function here. Now you can see here already I explained you file name, the name of the file which we want to open here. Next, mode, for what purpose you want to open the file. Okay, so for mode here there are various modes. So you can see in this slide here, read mode, write mode, append mode. So read means you want to open the file to perform read operation. That means you can only read the data from that file here, right? So when we want to open a file in read mode, that file already must be exist here. Otherwise, you will get an error while opening the file here. Next, write mode. Okay, second one. So if you want to write some data into a file, then you have to open the file in write mode here, right? So while opening the file in write mode, the file maybe exist, may not exist here. If file already exists here, that file will be opened, and whatever content which is already there in that file will be overwritten, completely erased here, right? And new data which you want to write, that will be written into that file here. Okay, if file is not exist, okay, so then with the same name, whatever name you have given as a first parameter, with the same name the new file will be created, right? And data will be written into the new file here, right? And after file is opened successfully, a file pointer will be at the beginning of the file here. Next, third mode of opening the file is append mode. So append mode means, so here you are opening the file in write only, right? So that means if file is having some data already, if you want to add some new data to that file, so then you have to open the file in append mode here. But there is a difference between write mode and append mode here. So when we open the file in write mode, the data which is already there in that file, complete data is erased here, right? But when we open the file in append mode, so data will be remain same, only new data will be added to at the end of that particular file. That is the difference between file write mode and append mode here. And one more thing is, only the existing file will be opened when we open the file in append mode. Next, another modes are X. X is nothing but if you want to create a new file, so then you have to open the file in X mode. X is nothing but creates a new file for write only. So once file is opened in X mode, so you can perform only write operation on that particular file here. If file is not opened, suppose here if the file with the same name is already exist here, which returns Boolean value false, otherwise which returns a Boolean value true here, and file will be opened successfully here. So there are some other modes, R plus, W plus, A plus and X plus here. R plus means, so if you want to open the file simultaneously to perform both operations, read and write operation, then you have to use the R plus mode here, right? And if you want to open the file to perform the same operation, read and write operation, you can use the W plus. So, but there is a difference between R plus and W plus here. So, in R plus means you are opening the file, first read operation, then write operation here, then file already must be already exist here. Okay, so then only the file will be opened here. If file is not exist here, you will get an file opening error here, right? Whereas when we open the file in W plus mode, so file will be opened for both operations, read and write operations. But if file is already exist here, existing file will be opened. If file is not exist here, new file will be created with that given name here, right? And you can perform both read and write operations. Next, append mode here. Okay, So when we open the file in append mode, A plus mode, so you can perform both read and write operations, right? So you can read the data from the existing file and you can perform some write operation on that file here. But when you want to perform write operation on that particular file, you can add that new data at the end of that file. Okay. So that means in append mode, so the existing data will remain same in that file, only the new data will be added at the end of that particular file here, right? So and here the file pointer will be always at the end of that particular file here, right? Next, X plus mode. So X plus mode is nothing but, so you can create a new file to perform for both read and write operations here, right? So that means when we use the X mode, we can open a file only for write operation. When we use the X plus mode, the file can be opened for both read and write operations here. Again, in this, if file with the name is already exist here, then you will get an error here, right? So because duplicate file cannot be created. Otherwise, new file will be created with name, and on that file, open file, you can perform both read and write operations here. You can see here next. Yeah. Next, third parameter is we have the use include path here. Already explained you. Use include path is an optional parameter. So this optional parameter value will be either 1 or true here. So to specify that you want to search for a file in the include path. That means when we give the first parameter, if you will give any path here, giving the any path is nothing but you are specifying a file path here, which file you want to open here, at the location of that file here. If you want to set in that path, so you have to set its value as a true here, otherwise ignore it here. Next, Z context. It is a third, it is also optional parameter, it is not a required parameter here. It is used to modify the stream here, right? So, and already I explained you, fopen always returns a boolean value true if file is opened successfully, otherwise which returns a boolean value false here. Next, this is an example code you can see here. Now, the first step is opening of the file here. So, PHP code begins here. This is file handle you can see here, and this is fopen function. And fopen function, we have the file dot text here. Okay. So, in file dot text, that means you are going to open the file. Its name as file dot. It is a text file. .txt is nothing but text file. And what is the mode here? R mode. So that means you are opening the file in read mode here. So when you are opening the file in read mode, this file.text already must be available here. If this file is not exist, you will get an file opening error here, right? So once, if the file is opened successfully, so you will get a value, so boolean value, that is value is true here, right? If its value is true, so this if statement block will be executed here, if here, which will verify the handle here, right? So its if its value is true here, okay, so then this block will be executed, echo file is opened, okay, file opening is okay here, otherwise nothing will be executed here. So this is, here we are opening the file and verifying whether that file is opened or not here by using this if block here, right? Next, another one is, once file is opened here, so already I told you, we need to perform 3 steps: opening of the file and perform read or write operation on that file and or append operation, then we have to close the file here. So how to read the next operation is how to read the content from a file here, right? In order to read the content from the file, we have some predefined functions in PHP. So we can use those predefined function in PHP and you can perform read operation onto that file here. So one of those predefined functions is freed function. Okay. So freed function is a predefined function which is used to read the content from the file here, right? Again, which is having this freed function is having the 2 parameters, basic 2 parameters. One is file name which you want to on which you want to perform read operation, and another one is the size, file size. That means how many number of bytes you want to read from that particular file. For example, if file size is 500 bytes here, right? So if you want to read first 200 bytes of data from that particular file, so then only you can read only first 200 bytes of data from that file here. So here it is having two parameters. One is the name of the file which is to be read. Another one is how many number of bytes you want to read from that particular file, that you have to specify here. So these two parameters you have to give here. Here in this, see in this example, so fread my file. So here in place of my file, it is actually file handle. You are not going to give the file name, because file can be identified by using file handle. So that is what here you have to give the file handle, just like a file pointer in C programming. And here for example, I have given file size of web dictionary dot. Web dictionary dot is a text file here. I want to read all bytes of that particular file here. So that is what I'm using predefined function file size. I'm calculating the size of that web dictionary dot text file. Okay, so all bytes of that particular file you want to read here. So then you have to give this second parameter here, right? And next one is, once see we have seen how to open the file and how to perform the read operation on the file. Then we have to close the file. So in order to close the file, we have some predefined functions in PHP. Those we have to use and we can close here. So one of those functions is fclose function we have to use. By using fclose function, we can close the file here. You can see in this example. Next. So in order to perform the read operation from the file, one of the read predefined function we have seen, that is fread here. We have some other functions, that is getS function, fgetS function and fgetC function. So what is the use of the fgetS function? So fgetS function reads one line at a time from that particular file here. So for that we have to use the fgetS function here. So you can see in this example, so first we have opened the file by using fopen function, and name of the file is webdictionary.txt, and we are opening the file in R. R means write mode here, sorry, read mode here. So see here we are using the die function. Die means just like an exit function in C program, right? If you are unable to open the file, you will get a message unable to open the file and exit from that particular window here. And next one is file. If file is opened successfully, then you want to read the data from that particular file. So here I am using fgetS, and this is file name. File name is nothing but file handle. You can see here file handle I am using, and from that particular file, one line of text which will read and display here, and finally we have to close this file here. Suppose if you want to read all lines from that particular file here, so then you have to put it in loop here. Simply here I am using end of feof. It is also one of the predefined function, so which will tell you whether you reach it to the end of the file or not here, right? So this we use if you want to read the data from that, all the data from that file. We have to use the feof function here. So you can see here I am using while not feof my file here. So echo fgetS my file. So that means, so simply fgetS I am using in within a loop here. So this loop will be repeated until all lines from the file has been read here. Okay. So when your pointer reaches to the end of the file, then this loop repetition will be stopped. Finally, we have to close the file here. So similarly, suppose in previous we have seen fgetS function which reads one line at a time. If you want to read file character by character, then we have to use the fgetC function here. Okay, fgetC function is used to read the file content character by character here. See, first we have to same procedure, open the file in read mode. Okay, so this is similar to previous one. Here in place of while loop here, again not eof, that is end of the file, and name of the file, that is a file handle. So in place of this one getS, I am using the fgetC here, fgetC my file here. So what it does here, which reads the content of file character by character and which will display here. Finally we have to close the file here. Next, if you want to create a file here, now we have seen about how to read the data from the file here. Similarly, we can perform the write operation here. So in order to perform the write operation, we have to open the file in write mode. So in place of mode, we are using W here. In previous slides, we used the R. In this, we are using the W here. So W means you are opening the file in write mode here. So if you want to open the file in write mode, and if you want to write some data to that particular file, so we have again predefined function fwrite function, right? So this fwrite function we use in order to write some data into that file, okay, created file here. So you can see in this example here, first the same procedure, my file and fopen, and this is the name of the file which you want to open here, okay, and you are opening the file in write mode here. If new file.txt if already exists here, the file will be opened and whatever previous data is there, that will be erased here. If this file is not exist with this name, new file will be created, right? Okay, otherwise if there is any error here, like if there is no sufficient space in order to create new file, then you will get unable to open the file, you will get error here. And next, after that, file is opened successfully. You want to write some data into that file here. So again, we have to use text. This is a text, it is a string variable. I'm initializing with John Doe, it is a string, okay, so which is to be written into that file here. And next, what we have to do, fwrite function is there, and this is the file handling. File handle specifies in which file you want to write the data here, right? So that is here, file name is what, new file.txt here. So in that you want to write the data, that is and what data you want to write here. Second parameter is that whatever text or data you want to write within that file, that second parameter we have to specify here. Text means John Doe will be written into that particular file here. Again, second data which you want to write here, again text John Doe, again fwrite, again file name, again text which is to be written here, and then finally we have to close the file here. So this is how to write the data, how to perform write operation onto that file here by using fwrite function. So next, overwriting. So overwriting means what here? See, if you open the same file open the same file in write mode here. So whatever previous data which you have already written here, that will be overwritten. Overwritten means the data will be completely erased, and that will be in that new data will be written here. So here in previously we opened the same file with name new file.txt here, and write mode we have written some data here, right? So here I'm writing some data into that file, text Mickey Mouse here, and another data is Minnie Mouse here, Minnie Mouse. So here in previous slide we have seen what data we have written here, John Doe, some other data we have written here. The data completely erased, and that file content will be replaced by this new data, Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse here. So that is overwriting here. Next, and finally we have to close the file here, right? And another one we have base name function. What is the use of this base name function here? Which returns the file name from a path here. So when you specify a particular path here, from that path, whatever file is there, that file name will be written here. So again, which is having two parameters. One is a path, okay. So that is a path to that particular file. Another one is suffix. Suffix is nothing but extension, whether it is a .php file, .c file, .java file, .txt file here, okay. If it is a text file, you have to give it as suffix as a .txt. If it is a PHP file, you have to give .php. If it is a C file, you have to give suffix as a .c here, right? So it is, first one is a required parameter, and suffix is an optional parameter. So suffix you may specify, you may not specify here. It is not mandatory here, but path must be required here. So in this you can see example here in PHP, path I have given test web and home.php I have given here. Show file name with file extension. If you want to show the file name with file extension, what is the file? Home.php here. So you echo base name of, simply you have to give the first parameter as path here, right? So when you give the only one parameter path here, simply you can see the output here, home.php will be displayed here, right? Similarly, show the file name without any file extension here. So in such a case, we have to use a second parameter to the base name function. Echo base name path, again what is the file extension here? .php. In such a case, which returns only name of the file here. Extension will not be returned because already you have given the suffix value here. Next, one more function is file function. So basically, this file function is also one of the predefined function in PHP. So the purpose of this one is which read the content from that file. Entire content will read from that file and create an array, and the content of the file will be stored into an array here, right? And each array element is one line of file here. Okay. So that means the file will have multiple lines of text here, right? So each line will becomes the one element of the array here. So that is the purpose of the file function. Again, it is having three parameters here. Path, okay. So the file which you want to open here. Next, include path here. You want to search for that particular path, then you have to give its value as 1. And context is third parameter. This include path and context are optional parameters here, but path is required parameter here. Context we have to use to modify the file stream here. So this is about here path, first parameter required here. Second one is about here optional parameter, set parameter value 1. If you want to search for the particular for file in that particular path here, and context is optional here, specifies the context of the file handle. Okay, so context is set of options that can be modify the behavior of a stream here, that can be skipped by using the null here. So these two are include path and context are not mandatory parameters. So these are only optional parameters. Path is the required parameter. So you can see in this example how to use with the file here. So simply I'm using file and test.txt here. So if file with name test.txt is already exist here, so which read the content from that file, and simply so that content will be stored into an array here. So simply I'm using direct print r function. It is a predefined function. Already once I explained you when we discussed about arrays in PHP here, print r method we are using to display the arrays here, right? So here we are using array here, file test.txt means so which reads the content from the test.txt and which will create an array. All the content of the test.txt will be stored into an array here, right? You can see here this array will be created, and at 0th index hello world testing, that is the first line of the file test.txt, and at 1 index another day another line, right? Similarly, second index if array picks up to this line here, third index this one here. So this is a content which is stored in test.txt here. So this content will be read by using file method, and that will be storing into an array here. So which will create an array and store that content into an array here. So next, unlink function. Suppose if you want to delete a file, right? So as of now we have seen how to open the file, how to perform read and write operation onto the file, then how to close the file. If you want to delete a particular file, you can use the unlink function. It is also a predefined function here. Okay, so in this you have to pass the two parameters, unlink file name which is to be written, and context also you can specify here. So if file is deleted successfully, which returns a boolean value true, otherwise which returns a boolean value false here. So again this file name is required and context is optional parameter here. So this is an example how to delete a file here. File name is test2.txt, and if not unlink of file here, unlink of file is nothing but what here, not unlink, if it is not deleted, right? So error in deleting a file, otherwise deleted file successfully here. Because this unlink function returns a boolean value true if it is deleted. Here true means what here? False. False means deleted successfully here. Suppose if unlink function returns false, false means not deleted, false means not, f is nothing but true. True means what here? Error in deleting the file here. So next another one is f file get contents function is there. So this this function what it does is, again this function to perform read operation onto the file here, entire content of the file which will read simultaneously and create a string here, right? So which will be storing into a string variable. So in this again path, three parameters, path, include path and context we have to give, and starting and maximum length. So that means when we have a file here, what is the starting point from where you want to read that file content and how many number of bytes you want to read here. That is a maximum length you have to specify, and starting point of the file pointer also you have to specify here. So wherever you starting point you will give, from that point only starts reading that file, and the data will be stored into a string variable here. So these are parameters. Again, path is required, include path is optional, which is same as in previous already explained you. Context is also optional here, and again here start and maximum length, these two are also optional parameters here. So what is the use of this start here? So specifies where the file to start reading here and how many number of bytes you want to read from that starting point, that also that you have to specify in, see here, maximum length to read, that you have to specify here. So this is an example here. So here I am using only one parameter, file get contents and test.txt here. So which reads the content from the test.txt, because I am giving only one parameter here, right? I am not specifying any starting point and any number of bytes to be read here. That's what by default which read all the content from that particular file, test.txt file. So entire file which will read and create a string, and within that string variable the content will be stored here. You can see the output here.